we're live.
Hey, hey, y'all.
Good afternoon. Happy SwagHer Sisterhood Saturday. This is your girl, your lady, the culture's conversationalist, Marilyn Monroe. I'm one third of a podcast called Klub Conversations, along with my two cousins, where we have a great time discussing all things culture. But today, I'm SwagHer's own Sisterhood Spotlight host, and I'm super excited because I have with me a lady of fashion, of culture. This is a quote from her website, because she has a website, y'all, because she does all things. It says, in this world is so much negativity. Never Gave Denied is such a great podcast to detox and gas of positivity and reality. The energy is always a 10 out of 10. I have today Never Gave Denied podcast host, owner, founder, Anukkah.
Yes. Hey, y'all. How are y'all doing?
Yes. I absolutely adore, like, I came across your movement because it's beyond just like, a post or the podcast.
Right.
Your brand, your business, while scrolling, and of course you stood out because you are such an amazing light. There's so many podcasts, people are getting into podcasting and media these days more than ever, including
Mm-hmm.
myself. Go figure.
Yeah.
However, there are just very few people that have a natural given light. And you
Yeah.
had that light, you had that excitement, you had that great, amazing spirit. And then not to mention the fashion.
Of course. Yes. I love it.
You
Okay.
serve.
Yeah.
You serve every time.
Thank you so much. And you are
Yeah.
too. Okay. Look at you. You look gorgeous today.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Every day. Period.
So
Okay.
I really appreciate you taking the time and opportunity to come on to SwagHer Sisterhood Spotlight, because you are and you deserve to be spotlighted in addition to all that you do from someone else, because you do it for yourself, but
Yes.
it's more when someone else,
Right.
it just means a little bit more when someone else is able to celebrate and support and spotlight you. So I do that today. SwagHer and I do that today. We thank you for coming on. But my first question is, what is sisterhood to you? What does it feel like to you? What does it look like to you?
Wow. See, that is a powerful question. For me, sisterhood, because one, I could say it's in like a two-part question. Because I'm a part of a sorority, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, period. Okay. So shout out to all my Deltas out there. And also I want to shout out to everybody who's a part of my community as well. So sisterhood mean to me is support. Okay. Because a lot of women don't really support each other. And I want women to get together and support each other. That's one big thing that I love. Seeing women compliment each other, seeing women speak life into each other. Okay, seeing women seeing something like wrong, like say for example, like if your hair is messed up and you be like, come here real quick, let me fix that for you, because I know me. Okay, that's me. I'm like, hold on, the wig is a little slight to the side, let me slide it to the left. Okay, that's me. Like, I'm all about girlhood. I'm all about making sure everything is right, making sure my sisters feel good in this space. Okay, and nothing but love, nothing but like cherishing everything in every moment with girls, like sisterhood and girls, like people don't talk about it enough. I love going to brunches with girls. I love going to the movies. I love doing girl things, going shopping, and just uplifting each other. And I make sure, because I have like different groups I'm a part of when it comes to like content creating or my friend groups. I send out like motivational quotes. I make sure that I check up on them because people don't check up on each other all the time. But me, I'm gonna check up on my people. Okay. And I make sure that they're doing exactly what they say they're gonna do, because I'm a
That's
person of accountability. Okay. And I make sure that they say, okay, I want to go to school. Okay, did you apply for the school yet? Okay. I'm also the type of person that be like, okay, you say you want to start being more glam. Okay, did you start shopping for glam pieces yet? What you need help with? That's me. I'm that type of person that makes sure that you stay on it. Okay, and if you fall off, it's okay, but you need to come back together and get back up again. So that's a little bit of sisterhood from my point
I
of view.
love that, because sisterhood is definitely accountability.
Yes,
lovingly. Like a
yes,
lot of people think, like you can. I know everyone has a different personality, and everyone's way of translating things is different. It can come across as different, and I think as
right.
long as you identify that with that person, but definitely, like you said, just doing it lovingly and doing it consistently, to show the love, to show the consistent support. So I
Yes.
love that, and that's a big deal of sisterhood because it's important to me know when the lash is lashing
Okay.
lovingly or
Yes.
something's on something. Let us know. So that's
Mm-hmm.
sisterhood.
Yes,
Hmm.
that's me. I'm all the way that to the T. I love that.
That's it. That's it. So you are born and raised. We can take it back. Born and raised, and correct me if I'm wrong, from Darlington, South Carolina.
That's
That's your
correct.
hometown.
Yes.
And so tell me about that journey of the beginning of young Anukkah and how young Anukkah became such an amazing woman as she is today.
Wow. Okay. So let's take this all the way back. So I always say I came out the womb confident, like, like this is me. This is something that I was never that type of person to change. This is me ever since I was a little kid. And for me, I also feel like on top of that, it was my mom speaking life into me as a
Mm,
little girl, saying that you're beautiful, you're pretty, you know that you are worthy of love. My mama
yeah.
always spoke life into me, right? And then not only did she speak life into me, but she also had a group of women to speak life into
Mm,
me as well. So my grandma, okay, grandma before she passed away, very confident, just like me, confident, love to dress, make sure she smelled good, everything. Okay, my mama smelled good too. Everybody around me smelled good. But I'm saying, with that being said, like my grandma was the blueprint. Okay, so my grandma taught my mama, and my mama taught me. So speaking life into me and making sure that I know I was worthy, making sure I knew I was that girl, and making sure that I always had my head held high. My grandma was the woman who taught me how to wear heels and get into fashion. Okay. She said, okay, baby, if you want to wear heels, you're gonna have to put a book on your head and you're gonna have to start walking. But she taught me in that sense about balance. So
yes.
she also taught me like life lessons, like balancing not just walking in heels, but also walking throughout life and having a balance between work life and regular life. So, all that being said, speaking life into me. And then my
Yeah.
mom had best friends. Shout out to my godmama Rosemary, Yvonne, Monica, all them people in my life, and a few of my aunts and uncles as well. But shout out to my aunt April. Shout out to everybody. I didn't want to like keep saying shout out because I know y'all gonna come for me in the comments and say why not me.
Okay.
All my family members spoke life into me when I was a little kid, and I had my head held high, and
Yeah.
that was me. I was always that confident girl, and I knew that if I have enough confidence, I could teach other people how to be confident too. So I just said, let me just go for it. Let me just be confident. Let me wear my fashions as much as I want to. Let me be as this flamboyant, feminine girl that I'm always
I
is.
love.
Okay,
Yes.
love my pink, love my hair, love my heels. Yes, I was that girl wearing heels in middle school, in high school. Yes, that was me. Okay, and with that being said, a lot of people did not like that, right?
Wow.
People didn't like that because they like this small town girl with these big dreams, this nice outfits and all of that. She thinks she all that. Okay. But then eventually I had let them know this is me and I'm not going to change.
That's
Okay.
right.
So eventually people just said, that's just Annika. That's how she is. And they're going to defend me. My people from my hometown defend me now. But back in the day when I was younger, it was kind of hard growing up. But eventually as I grew up in high school, people was defending me like, "Don't talk about Annika. That's that girl." Like, and
Yeah.
that's how I was. And just people know of me, and even teachers when I was a little kid, and they see me now, they said, "I always knew you was going to be something," or they would say, "I knew that you had this light," just like you just said. You have a
Yes.
light over you, and I'm like, "Oh yeah." People always tell me I got a light over me, and I love it, and I receive it. Okay, so it's stuff like that. And teachers, even when I was like in elementary school, they say like, "I knew it." They always say, "I knew it," and they remember me, how I
Mm,
dress and everything, and I always say, if they could, like, remember you, you done did something for them. And I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, Maya Angelou say that they may not remember your name, but they remember how you made them feel or something like that. Yeah, I think it's what
yes.
Maya Angelou said. And that's exactly the type of person that I am. all my
Hmm.
teachers remember me, and they may not remember everybody else,
That's right.
but they remember me. And it's like little stuff like that that just keeps me going, and I love it. So that's me. And not only that, my mama made sure that I was involved in like the theater. She made sure I was involved in something to always have my mind focused on something and doing better things. Like she had me in piano, singing lessons, acting, modeling. So she always made sure that I used my creative juices. And not
Yes.
only that, she just made sure that I was a girl.
Yeah.
Like my mama just made sure I'm a girl. Like she embraced the girlness of me, the girly
Yes.
girlness of me, when other mothers may have hidden or trying to hide that girly side. Like, don't be girly yet. Don't be
Right.
fashionable. Don't, wait till you get older to be fashionable. She embraced it and she encouraged it. She said, yeah, wear that, but let me show you how to be more appropriate with it. Like, she made
That's right.
sure that she put me, kept me in line, but at the same time, make sure that I fully become that girl. So I want to shout out to my mama. Okay. So
Shout
yes.
out to your mom. Yes.
Yes. I know
I
she probably
love that.
watching right now, but yes.
So with that, like I love that the fact that because us, a lot of the youth these days, they don't have a strong um, history of women to support them
Mhm.
in developing confidence, developing
Yes.
self worth, and developing how to be able to properly put things together as a woman, as far as like your hair and your
Right.
nails and your hygiene. Even let's just
That's
even
right.
start with the basics, the foundation of hygiene. And I love that you had that support, because I'm old school. I also had that support from my mom, my
Mhm.
grandma, my great grandmom,
Yes.
even.
Okay.
And so, what is one of the things, if we were to say red carpet,
Mhm.
lights, camera, action? What is one of the things that Anukkah is going to show up? One thing of many.
Ooh.
What accessory? What product that Anukkah is going to show up, and you're going to know Anukkah had intentionally used or have on?
Ooh, that's interesting. Okay. Dang, that's you said one?
One,
Ooh.
you ain't gonna
Okay.
miss it.
My confidence. That's
Ooh,
something that I always not lead with, but that's something that I am. Like, I walk into a room, don't have to say anything, and people automatically like, who that girl is? Who is that? Because I walk with my head held high.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I know that the confidence that I have in me, it just exudes. Like you said, the light, it
yeah.
exudes from me. And like I said, I'm gonna go back to my grandma. When I was walking in heels as a little kid, she was teaching me how to. She said, always walk with your head held high because
Okay.
the ground is not going anywhere. So I said, okay. And from then on, head held high. I don't even notice that I walk with my head held high. People tell me that. And that's confidence. My
I love
confidence just come out. So I
I,
think, yep, confidence. If I don't have nothing else, I got my confidence in me.
confidence is gonna be on the list. I
Yes.
love that. And I love that, because that's not something that that's tangible to pick up and
That's right.
ensure that you charge it up, put it on. It's something that comes within. I love that they
Hmm.
have given you that DNA to have
Yes.
that automatically, involuntarily. I love it. So you mentioned, you slightly in some of your bio, you have done modeling,
Hmm.
confidence, modeling, fashion. So
Yes.
what was one of the highlights of you being a model?
Ooh, one of the highlights of me being a model. Let's see. I did a lot of stuff. So
You
let me
did.
think. Okay, one of the highlights I would say being a model, because I have about two. One of them was when I walked in the Bronner Brothers hair show. Like they have like okay, so they have the big hair show in Atlanta, but then
Mm-hmm.
they have like models who do the promos, like walk around with the shirts on, hairstyle, like different hairstyles from different hair salons. I was
Yeah.
one of those girls doing that. So I walked around with a Congo shirt on, and they gave us free products, free Congo products. Hairstylists from my hometown of Darlington
Yeah.
came to Atlanta, which is very interesting. I went to Atlanta to audition. And I even realized I'm like, I don't know if I want to audition. But my godmama and my mom was already going. And she said, come on with me. And my god sister was going as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw like, I want to say a day before we was going to go to Brown Brothers. I saw that it was looking for models. So I
Mm-hmm.
said, "Oh, okay, let me see what the requirements is." So I did the requirements, read it, and then make sure I had a clean face, wore a white shirt, had a clean background, and I just took a picture and sent it off to them. And they said, "Okay, we would like for you to come to the model call." Went to the model call, walked for them, and they hired me on the spot. So it was stuff like that, like, and not only that, those people who hired me on the spot was from my hometown of Darlington. And I'm like, that's a coincidence. That's kind of weird, like
Yeah.
what? And they said, "Yeah, I would love to hire you for, a hairstyle." They gave me a short haircut. I walked around, like I said, with the Congo shirt on, promoting Congo hair products. And I was in Sheen magazine on stage. They was cutting my hair, and Sheen took a picture, put me in the magazine. So that was one of the biggest highlights. And I met some amazing people I'm still friends with to this day. And
Oh,
that was ever since 2018. Yeah, 2018. So that was one. And another one was when I walked in Sumter Fashion Week. So it was really fun. I love it.
you are definitely so about community and just building and
Yes.
confidence and movement. And I love
Hmm.
that.
Thank you, girl.
Even outside of your hometown,
Hmm.
you're not just stuck in one
No.
section or area. You are definitely, you'll get up and go and see what's
Yes.
going on and participate and become a
Hmm.
part of, whatever's going on. I love that with you. So finish your sentence. I'm
Okay.
a woman who.
Ooh. I am a woman who dreams big, even though I'm from a small town.
Mm,
I am a woman of confidence. I'm a woman of love. I am a woman of, ooh, that's a lot. I'm a woman who see things for what they are, okay?
mm,
And accept them instead of changing them. Um, I am a woman who believes in the little things. And
mm.
I am most definitely a woman of faith. Okay? So yes.
I love that.
Yes, ma'am.
I love that. You come with it every time. So never gave denied.
Hmm.
That name of your business, your brand, your podcast. What put together for those words for you to come up with as your slogan? And again, I know you have never gave denied, but I also see that you said yes, life was delayed, but it never gave denied. And I love
That's right.
that slogan that goes right under that. What made you create the name Never Gave Denied?
Wow.
Besides,
Okay. Yes. So let's go back. Okay. So let's see when this was 2023. Yes, 2023. I was creating content, and I felt like the content I was creating wasn't being seen by people.
mm,
I felt like other people could do the same thing I'm doing, but I get overlooked.
mm,
And um I just felt like so behind. Like I just felt like, dang, I'm putting all this work in, I'm editing, and no one's reaching out to me. No one is looking at my things, and I'm like, dang, I'm putting all this hard work in. I'm tired, okay?
yes,
And then I started thinking about every single thing that was going on in my life, or has gone on in my life, excuse me, throughout my whole life leading
mm,
up to that point. And I remember being in my apartment, and I was just thinking about everything. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to stop recording. I'm going to start recording what I feel, and I'm going to be completely real about what I feel right now. So I
yeah,
post the camera up, and I said, yes, I feel delayed in life. I feel like people not, and I was saying the same thing I just told you. Feel like
mhm,
people are not watching me. I'm doing all this hard work, and it's going unnoticed. And then all of a sudden, God spoke to me in that moment. Like I'm gonna send you the video if I can find it. God spoke to me in that moment while I was recording on TikTok, and He said to me, "Think about everything that you went through in your life and how everything was delayed." So, starting from school life, I was in school. I had a learning disability,
what you got?
so I had what's it called? It's not even in my head right now. I had that dyslexia. Yes, dyslexia with
Okay.
schooling. I also took like resource classes. So I took regular classes, but on top of that, I had to take an extra class so that I can get extra help.
Yes.
So like IEPs and all that, making sure that I was on it with my testing again, making sure everything was right. Okay, because I felt like when I got to a test, I felt like I had a rush because one, the professors or the teachers they would say, okay, I got 50 minutes, I got 30 minutes, 20 minutes. I'm like, oh Lord, now at this point, I'm jotting down answers because I'm trying to hurry up and compete with my class, right? And I was seeing my classmates finish before me, and I'm like, I'm the last one to finish. So my mom said, you know what, you need a class that's gonna like allow you to finish your test on time so you don't have to feel like you're rushing. So that's why I was feeling like delayed in that part. Then I was delayed when I was in high school and my guidance counselor told me that I wasn't going to graduate high school, let alone go to college, right? And I was like, "What?" Hurt me to my heart that she told me that. And then I said, I was like jotting down different things I was delayed in. Um, After I graduated college, it was hard for me to find a job. Like it was just so much stuff I was just
Mm.
talking about. But then I was like, God spoke to me in that moment, and He said, everything that you went through, every delay that you had in your life, I didn't leave you behind. I didn't leave you like you felt like you was alone. So I ended up graduating high school. I went to college. Okay, I graduated with an honors. Let me see what I graduated with. Cum laude. I ended up being the
Okay.
president of my class. Like it was just like a lot of stuff like piled on top of each other, even though everything was delayed. And I said, you know what, even though my life was delayed, it never gave a nine. God never left me behind. He never
Amen.
left me on my behind. He never made me feel like things wasn't getting accomplished because everything that was delayed, I got it right back, like tenfold, like 10 times more.
Yes.
And not only that, God had me wait so that I could appreciate certain things more. So
Mm.
the job that I was trying to get, because I graduated college, couldn't find a good job, and I went to the DMV. But then after I left the DMV, I immediately found a job in my field of mass communications, working for the government agency, doing public relations, media and marketing, all that good stuff, social media, all that. And I'm like, what? Like God was like blessing me in these moments, even though I felt behind. I was never behind. I was on time, and God was just literally showing me like, you may be delayed, but it never gave the nine. Like, keep going, keep going. And someone saw my video, and the girl commented. She said, "Okay, never gave the nine." And I said, "Oh, I like that." Because I didn't even notice I said it. Like God was speaking through me, so I didn't even
Yes.
realize I said it. I just posted the video, and she pointed that out. She said, "Never gave the nine." I said, "Oh, Steph, I did say that." And then before that, I kept telling my mom I wanted to do a podcast. Now I've been wanting to do a podcast 3 years before I did my podcast. So I kept
Okay.
talking about it. I said every day, I said, "Mom, I want to do a podcast. I'm gonna do a podcast. I'm gonna do a podcast." Never did it. And I was like, okay, this is something I always want to do. I want to talk to people. I want to tell people
Yeah.
like this is what I want to do, blah, blah, blah. Then one day, I want to say November of 2024, my mama said, if you do not do this podcast, and I said, no, what she said, how she said, he said, if you do not do this podcast, then I don't want to hear about it no more. If you do not do this podcast in on Jan, well, no, if she said you don't do this podcast in January, I don't want to hear this anymore. And I said, "Ooh, shut my mouth." She said, "You got time to
Mhm.
do it." So when she said that, I literally started planning in December, December of 2024, and I launched January 29th of 2025. So I did it within a month. That's how on my behind my mama was, and on behind I was on my own behind. So
Right.
I started because I said, you know what? I need to stop talking about this. Come to find out, it was going to be successful. Because one, it was God ordained. And then two, my mama said, you better do it or I ain't want to hear it no more.
That's right. You
Yes.
had to.
So
You had
that's
to.
how it got started. Yes.
I
And then the
love
name,
that.
I didn't know what the name was until I saw that the girl said, you said never gave a nine. I said, oh, because that's what my life is about. Delayed but not denied. And I know I could tell stories about people's life being delayed, but it didn't get denied. And their stories can be like successful. They have businesses and they started off being delayed and then all of a sudden they're business successful. So that's how the story
Never.
of Never Gave a Nine
That's
started.
right. That's
Yes.
right. The delays never get done. I love that. I do.
Yes.
So, SwagHer is a magazine, a national magazine for the intentional Black woman, woman of color who likes to keep it real. That is the
Right.
motto. That's the theme. They celebrate, support, and uplift women. They also have a visibility vote in which memberships are included in women can share ideas, get coaching, and opportunities to be featured in the magazine. So we focus on women that should be spotlighted, like yourself,
Yes.
and uplift. But at some point through their journey, even the delays of the journey, like you mentioned, have you ever had any self doubt?
Yes. Okay. I just had self-doubt 2 days ago. Heck yes. Yeah, I'm very real and raw with my people. So yes, I had self-doubt 2 days ago. And I constantly have self-doubt, but not all the time. But constantly because I'm like, I know I can do better. I know I need to do better. Like that'd be something in my head saying I need to do better. I need to do better with posting on social media, even though I post all the time, but I feel like I need to be more consistent, like post every day.
Yeah.
Try to get myself out there even more and just work harder. So that's the self-doubt in my head is the fact
Yeah.
that I feel like one, I need to be working a little bit more harder in order to get myself out there. So yes, and I'm doing it even when I have self-doubt. Like my mom always say, if you have a problem, you need to have a solution. So when I have self-doubt, I say, okay, I understand this. Now it's
Yeah.
time to put some work in. So that was the problem, and this is the solution. Put the work in. So,
That's
yes.
it. Your mom is that girl.
Okay.
She is that
For
girl.
real. Yes, she
She
is.
she's just that girl. I don't know her,
Okay.
but she's just that girl. I
Yes.
love how she definitely supports and pushes you and reminds you
Mhm.
lovingly.
Yes. Oh yeah,
This
most
is what
definitely.
you said, and this is what you're gonna either do it or be
Hmm.
done with it.
Yep. I quote her in all the magazines I've been in for this show. I say my mama said, if I don't do it, she ain't want to hear it no more. I'm like, okay, you ain't said nothing but a word.
What can you say to that? So,
Okay.
again, the word intentional is a big word that we frequently use at SwagHer Magazine because, of course, that word intentional means so much.
Yep.
And what intentional impact Never Gave Denied in Anukkah is creating in future projects, current projects, and all that good stuff.
Okay. So, current project, but people should know I do have a book. Okay. So, yes, this is my book, y'all. Y'all probably see it's kind of backwards, but it's fine. This is my content creator journal and 12-month planner for social media. Okay. So, if you love doing social media or if you need some type of guidance, I have a book. And it's the first of its kind because this is dedicated to people with social anxiety. Okay. So if you're the type of person that say, I always want to do social media and get my name out there and go networking, but I'm so scared to be in front of people. I'm so scared to talk to the camera. You need to get this book, okay? Because in the first part of this book, I tell you to write down things that motivates you and give
Mm.
yourself words of affirmation so you can keep going. Like every piece in this book I created. No AI was used, baby. I used all of this. Okay. I took my time to write down everything. And you do see my name in the back as well. So yes, this is my book that is on Amazon right now. It's only $12. Okay. And you can look it up on Amazon and get you a book. A support me. Okay. And it's a piece of history. So
Yeah,
no one has ever created this book before. So I'm the first
yes,
to do it for social anxiety people, okay? But anybody who just want to do creating content, get with me, get with me.
absolutely.
Um, yes. Let's see. I have a lot going on. So what's coming up this month on June 27th, I will be teaching a content to collabs workshop. And I have hosted this before and I will be hosting this again. And it's going to be a 2 hour workshop. It's going to be on Zoom. And I'm going to be teaching you how to get brand deals, collaborate with brands, how to position yourself in order to be seen by brands, and also how to basically network because I'm all about networking.
Yes.
And I'm gonna teach you how to network online and in person. And also, I give out daily challenges. So, like, I make you write down what you want to do with your social media journey. I literally have like I force my people to make sure they create content. I
I
don't
love
play, okay? I don't play when
yes.
it comes to my class. Let's see. In October, I will be going to Ghana. Okay, so this is your sign, everybody. This is your sign to create content because people are watching you. And even if they're not watching you, they're gonna be hearing about you. So I got an invite to come to Ghana to do content and do red carpet interviews. So I'm so excited. Okay. It's called Stepping on Ghana Grounds, and it's a brand trip, my first brand trip. And I'm excited. I'm going in October. Let's see what else I have to make sure because I know you say you have a list. So, baby, I said, let me make
Yeah,
sure I'm
have your list.
prepared for my girl. Okay, give me 1 second because I got it. All right.
Yeah.
So, yes. Oh, how can I forget? Okay, so on August 2nd, I will be going to Atlanta, Georgia, because I am nominated for the Voice of Influence for the Prism Awards. So I'm excited about that. Okay. And it's a huge thing because it's going to be celebrities there. I'm going to literally be against other celebrities in this category. And
Mm.
it's amazing.
That
I'm
is amazing.
excited and I'm like honored to be selected, even thought about for nomination. And I cannot wait to see what I'm going to be wearing because I don't know what I'm wear. I'm still like August coming, and I'm like, ooh,
It's coming.
so,
It's
it's
coming.
coming. So I gotta figure out what I'm wearing. But other than that, that's what's going on with me right now. It's something going on all the time. But
Yeah,
yeah, I'll give announcements whenever I get close to that time.
absolutely. So tell us about like your show, like your how you come up with your topics and your guests and just how you put everything together on a regular show and then when it airs and all that good stuff.
Okay. So yes, my show airs on Mondays at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on live. So just like we're live right now, I'm always live on Mondays at 11. And that is called Motivational Mondays with Anukkah Laquette. And I'm just basically giving motivation to my undeniables. That's who I call my supporters. And I just give motivation because I know how it feels to like go to work and feel like not motivated to get up in the morning on a Monday because no one likes Mondays. Okay, especially off of a good weekend.
Yes.
So I make sure I stay motivated and I give my motivation to my people to get them started for the whole week. Then on Wednesdays, I do my regular episodes, and those are not live, they're pre-recorded. And I have guests who comes on. They have different lives. So I talk to people who are business owners, who are creatives, like artists, singers, dancers in the creative space and community leaders. So if they have nonprofit organizations, I interview them about themselves. Same thing I'm doing right here. They bragging about themselves on that
Right.
day. So,
That's right.
and that airs on Wednesdays at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, with that being said, with the show, how I pick out my guests is they have to either have a business, they either
Mhm.
have to be in a creative space, or they have to be a community leader. That's it. This is not a think piece podcast. You're not gonna come over here and just start spitting out negativity because that's not me. Okay, we are about supporting small businesses over here, especially,
Yeah.
and also giving them the opportunity to be seen and heard. So
Yes.
that's how I pick up my guests, and I have had guests who try to come on the show, but I do not allow any and everybody on the show because I want to make sure that these people, one, they are real. Two,
Yes.
that they know that this is not a think piece podcast. And three, that they are very professional. Okay. I treat
Yeah.
my show just like how you treat your show, very professional. I treat my show like Steve Harvey and everybody else. So I make sure everybody looks good when they come on the show. I'm like, make sure your hair look good. This is a show. This is a big show. It's not a little show. Okay. And
That part.
so that's how I choose my guests. And I make sure just to talk about them, ask them questions
Yeah.
about them and their life because people don't brag on themselves because they
They
so
don't.
busy trying to brag on other people, but brag on yourself. Take time to talk about yourself. And sometimes it's uncomfortable. Heck yeah. But this is your brand and I want you to promote it. So that's a little bit
Absolutely.
about the show.
And absolutely, and we talked about that a little bit backstage because I
Yes.
always have conversations with every spotlight that comes on to the SwagHer Sisterhood spotlight, and just
Right.
to let them know that this is a safe space. The platform is a safe platform to feel comfortable with talking all things you and not
Right.
feeling like someone is going to judge and say, oh, she's bragging. You know, the
Hmm.
first two sentences, they're shutting you down saying, oh, she's bragging about
Right.
herself. And no, this is a celebration. This is the
Exactly.
spotlight for us as women, intentional women of color,
Hmm.
to
Right.
provide that to each other and not feel uncomfortable and as or jealous even,
Yes.
because you know that stems that envy and jealousy that
Baby.
is disgusting. So this
Yes.
space is a space of love, support, celebration, and just of all women that have stories, businesses, brands, and things to share with another woman. Because what may come out of your mouth may spark an idea or the accountability factor or just
Hmm.
something that someone else needs.
That's
And
right.
that's what we are for. We
Yes.
celebrate and love the intentional woman that keeps it real.
That's right.
Can't
Me
forget
too.
about that. Gotta keep it
Yes.
real. So yeah, I love this. So in addition to that, I know you've shouted out so many people, and I love, again, your mom is like the biggest shout out of all.
Yes.
Again, shout out to your mom. Who else would you like to shout out? Anyone that helped support your website creation? I don't know if you did that all alone, or anything that you want to shout out to someone that says, hey, thank you, or I see you, or whatever you want to do.
Yes. So first and foremost, give a big old shout out to God. Okay. Because baby, I say I don't make any decisions without him first. Anybody who want to do a business with me or deal with me or whatever, I have to pray first because I'm like, you ain't about to get me. Okay. Go through dad first. Okay. Go through God. So that's what I want to give a shout out to first. Also, yes, to my mother. She is also my executive advisor for my brand. Okay. So shout out to her. Also, a shout out to my editor. He's also my audio and visual engineer. And this is one of my best friends, Jarvell Lee. Okay, shout out to him. We met in college, and he's my best friend. Okay, and he shows up for the show, and I love him for that. Okay,
That's
person who
right.
keeps showing up. Yes, thank you so much for that. Also, the people who have supported me along my journey. I want to give a
Yeah.
shout out to Quinn, my best friend Quinn, my best friend Laquanda. I want to give a shout out to all my undeniables at Never Gave Denied podcast. Okay, everybody who shows up. I love
Yes.
y'all. Okay, keep supporting your girl. All right, and all my top fans who constantly share, and like. Shout out to y'all as well. And yes, just shout out to my family. Shout out to the
Yeah.
people who just constantly support me, even seen and unseen. Just shout out to them. Yes.
Yes. And you said the word support. So tell the good people of SwagHer Sisterhood Spotlight how, whether you know them or not, how it's important, the importance of support through sharing, through liking, through commenting, or even following. Tell, like, because again, I'm also a newer social media person to the on the scene, and how difficult sometimes that can be to just get
Yes.
the basic stuff, the free stuff done, to show support and love to your business and brand. So tell us a bit about that as well, because I
Yes.
want people to know how important that is.
Right. Yes, sharing and supporting is very, very helpful for the show and also for my personal brand as well because people need to see what's
Yeah.
going on in the show. This show is a good show and yours as well. Okay. So all you will have to do, if for the people who do not know, all you have to do is press the share button. Okay. It's free, it's right there. And if you do have a private page, which I don't, and I will be teaching you if you all join my Content to Collabs class to not have a private page if you have a business. Okay. I just gave y'all a free tip, but mine is free. Okay. So all you got to do is press share. All right. And then you could tag as many people as you want, all your friends, your family, and just share it out. You can like it. You could also share my videos to your stories. So if you could, I think it has like an option where you can say share to your stories.
Mhm.
Share it. Okay. And follow. Following is free too. Okay. Follow me, Anukkah Laquette, on all platforms. All right.
Yeah.
Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. And also follow Never Gave Denied podcast on all platforms as well. So yes, that's how you do it. And it's free.
It's free,
Yes,
absolutely
it's free.
free, and it's
Yes.
definitely support and showing support and love. And it's less than like a second.
Yes, that's
You're
right.
done. You're
That's
done.
it.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
and I talk about this all the time. I'm like, people have approached me in person and they say, "Oh, I watch your stuff. I watch your stuff," but I never see them engage in any of my content, share. Like, I'm like, "Well, who are you? Where you come from?" So
yeah.
yeah, it's
When do you
interesting.
watch? I never knew.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, sometimes it's that difficult.
Mhm.
But we appreciate you and your time and your
Me too.
light to share Swagger Magazine. We thank you all for tuning in and all for making your comments. Dr. Tina Ramsey's in the building.
Mhm.
She's a
All right.
goat. Thank
Ooh-wee.
you so much. And then I have a Mel. She said, shout out Queen. So, yes, thank you
Hey.
so much for all tuning in. Any last words, Annika?
Oh, and remember, yes, life was delayed, but it never gave a nod. Period.
All right. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you coming on, and we'll do business in the future, I'm
Yes.
sure,
Oh,
because we're
yes.
in the state of South Carolina. But with
Mhm.
that said, always know that God loves you, and I do too.
Yes.
Have an amazing
Oh,
Saturday, everyone. Until next time.
bye.
Mm, 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 mm.